So next, as we mentioned, key account management has been a buzzword in UK pharma for some years now. How did this come about?
I think, well, I know around about 15 years ago, the industry had to change because the NHS was changing quite markedly.
Yeah.
It used to be that when you got market authorization for a medicine, that it was a bit of a free-for-all, that basically anybody could prescribe it. But obviously, as the NHS get more complex and there was more decision makers, that created more pathways, more hurdles for medicines to be appraised, which meant that you were dealing with more stakeholders who had a decision in whether a medicine was available for prescription or not. So rather than floods of sales representatives out delivering key marketing messages and doing a lot of noise, then there was a lot of hurdles to come over or to jump over in relation to getting that medicine prescribed. So that meant a far more specialist approach and a far more complex approach, meaning more complex plans and more people to engage with and more people to convince as well, not just the prescribers, there's the payers. Pharmacists became and are quite rightly a lot more influential as well. So a lot more people to deal with, a lot more complex pathways to engage with as well, which meant that the old model of noise, coverage and frequency for the majority of new medicines had to change. So the key account management approach was something which pharma started to look at around about 15 years ago.
Interesting. So in your opinion, how effective do you think UK pharma has been in implementing key account management?
The answer to that is a difficult one. I think it's been very mixed.
Yeah.
I think there are examples out there of where they're definitely taking a more focused key account management approach, an approach that's far more focused on the customer. I think that a number of companies have struggled with it because it's not what they're used to. And I think I know the desire is there to get this right, because the industry in general has recognized that they have to be far more customer focused and that they have to take a much more collaborative and a much more consultative approach in order to create true partnerships with the NHS. So it is mixed. There are a number of reasons as to why I believe it's struggling in certain areas, but all these are struggles that can be overcome.
Yeah, exactly. So following on